Hello everybody and welcome to Time Traveler's Coin Exchange. Tonight we're going to have episode 83 of The Coin Vault Has Opened. So welcome everybody. For those of you who haven't watched the show before, I used to do a lot of coin roll hunting. These are the coin concentrates from probably about 5,000 plus bags of unsearched wheat pennies, if we can call them that, and lots of solid date rolls and just lots of random rolls. So we'll hopefully find, some better looking coins in here. We'll hopefully find some, different kinds of errors, different kinds of varieties. Some of them will be damaged, some will be cleaned, as most of these I was taken out of the rolls like 15, 20 years ago. I'm still learning stuff today. I was watching Copper Coins today with Jessica hosting today, and she taught me some new things, so I'm still learning. But welcome everybody. Hope everyone's having a good Tuesday so far. Let me switch to live chat here because sometimes I miss you guys. So as we go through these, if I see stuff, I will try to point it out. We can zoom in. Hopefully we'll find some RPMs. It'd be fun if we found a double die or something like that. I'm not really good with the double dies. So we will, just have to take it as they come, and hopefully we can learn something. So yeah, we've been going through mint cellos the last couple nights, and so it's been a little bit different. It's been fun, but I'm happy to be doing another episode of these. Tomorrow I believe we're gonna switch back to mint cellos for a little bit, and we'll just see how that goes. I have a bunch of 1970s. I think I have rolls of 1970 P, D, and S. And so those were kind of the next ones we were going to get to. Maybe I should have looked at the back of this one to see if there was anything else. And I think we'll zoom in a little bit closer. Hey Accredited Coins, welcome. I am well. Hope you are well too. I was watching you list. I feel like I didn't see any in the last couple hours. I was wondering if you listed yourself out for a little while. I tried to list as many coins as I could today as well. I think I got maybe 25 or 30 up. Ended on that nice 1954 S66 plus Jefferson nickel that I picked up the other day. But I've got a nice stack of Franklins here to list. Some nice higher grade ones. But how is it going with your listing? I'm definitely seeing your stuff go up fast. They look really good. I'm seeing you in the promoted listings, so it looks like you're sponsoring yourself. It looks like you're doing stuff right. Oh, you hit the 360. I feel like they shouldn't be able to charge you for 1,000 listings if they won't let you do it. I think that's a nicer looking 1947. I mean, it's a nicer looking one, per se, but it's probably worth about its flip. Oh, good. Yeah, I saw that you had already got, and let me open this up. Yeah, no, I was very happy. I keep telling people, do this. It's, it's a way to make a living. And it seems like the more people that do it, the healthier the market will be. It's in some ways in some markets competition kills things, but in this market it makes things really nice and strong. Yeah, I mean, here, let's take a moment. Exactly what you're talking about. So you have an obstacle. eBay won't let you list any more auctions. So take a moment, pause, reflect, look at what you're doing right, look at what you could do better. You're saying right there, I could take better photos. Why not? You have the opportunity, you have the time. Look at your format. If you can afford a 1936 proof Lincoln Wheat Cent, you can afford to get a microscope cam. These Dynolites, they're not hard to learn how to use. They're 120 bucks. You could probably find a $25 one. This one's got a nice wood grain pattern on it. I'm going to flip it. We can call it a woody. Maybe it's just an improper metal alloy. But no, you know, right now you have the time. Do it. Like, there's nothing stopping you right now. You can't list other stuff. Can you create a second account if you wanted to? I mean, I guess, like, maybe that would defeat the purpose there. But I guess what I'm saying is that right now, if you're stuck in time and you can't move forward with listing new stuff, why not at least set things up? You know, you can go back. You can, right now, you can add new listings to your stuff. So that's you know, you have the opportunity right now to do just that. But anyway, that's my thought. But yeah, everything looks good. And you know, I think that you have a very good way about things too. And it sounds like you have background in marketing, so that should help you. You know, you can find ways to advertise, you know, your site better. Yeah, and I mean, going in NGC too will attract more people to your, you know, attract people all around. You know, some people, you know, like, say I don't have any NGC stuff up, probably even if I just had a double NGC coins up, those would bring people in from, you know, the other side of things. But you totally got this. And I mean, I like it. I believe you had said you're only buying one of each right now. And I mean, that's a really good way to go about it. You know, once you have one of every item, you put them up. And then if one item sells, you know, you put it on your buy list, replace it. You know, and then also once you have every single one, then you can start buying a second one if you want, you know, because one thing that I found is that having basically a back stock of the coins, it really helps. Because every time you sell one and you have a hole, that is one, you know, that's like if you have 1,000 billboards up on the internet, you know, and one gets knocked down, you're missing those people that would have seen that billboard at that time. Well, yeah, I mean, I've been trying to guide people for a while, and I know that, you know, I know it's not perfect, but you know, if you don't, I don't know. That's I'm different when it comes to knowledge. Like, I'm happy to share. Nobody ever seems to want to share knowledge. It's like knowledge is power, and they keep it and they hoard it, and I get it. You know, it's like you see all the YouTube videos of, like, you know, here's how to create $100,000. Here's how to, you know, here's how I did it. And, you know, they basically just want you to buy a product, and they won't tell you what they did. They're like, no, it's up to you to find your product. But, you know, coins are replenishable products that you can buy over and over and over again. I mean, the basic part of it is if you try to sell coins for their PCGS or their guide, you're not going to be able to get enough to buy them. You're not going to make any profit. You're going to lose money. It's basically, you just have to set a margin on the coins. You buy the coins, you put a margin on them, and it's like, while you might be selling them for more, you're probably buying them more than other people, and so basically the people that are selling the coins are going to sell them to you and not the people who are paying less. And so in effect, then the other people don't have the coins, and then people can argue, oh, they're worth less. But when you're offering people the coins for more money than the other people, what is the price? You know, like when you go to sell your coin, who do you want to sell it to? The person willing to pay you more, or the person willing to pay less? Someday it could. that really is the key, and you're very, very welcome. The key basically is that when it comes to eBay and stuff, people go on it because they want to buy something now. And if there are zero listing, if you're the only person that has that coin listed, basically they can either buy it from you or they can keep looking. When I've been coin collecting, sometimes I wait like 3+ years to find a particular coin, and I usually end up having to pay more than price guide. What do you guys think? Does that have a notch on the bottom? Or is that just damaged? That kind of looks like the 1979 Ds that we were finding last night. I don't know, let's put that one aside, we'll take a look at it. I wouldn't mind. I mean, I've literally put like a year of my life into this channel this last year. It's been just over a year. I think the channel actually had its birthday the other day. I'm just a few hundred hours away from my 4,000 hours, which once you get 4,000 hours, then you can get like partnered, like a YouTube partner. And so I'm probably not going to make much, considering I only have like, what is it, like 1,260 people subscribed. So I'm probably going to make like $10 a month. And that's about what the eBay Partners program, I'm making about $10 a month. But it's like if I can slowly grow those in the background and kind of create a passive income stream, then at some point I can just buy coins to look at them, share with you all, and then I can just sell them or give them away. I won't even need to buy or sell coins. But I think you're on a really good path, Credited Coins. I think you're going to blow up too. I think you're doing a lot of things just right. I mean, just from what you listed, I was checking out the stuff while you were listing, and I saw you already sold quite a few coins. And I've definitely seen your presence on it. And I'm seeing other people do the same thing too. But the thing is, it's like the more people that get into this, the more competitive the market is going to be. And that's going to be good for the hobby just in general. It's just going to get better and better. It's going to create a lot of excitement. Wow, what's that one? Or is that just is that just like a wax spot? Because everything's there. I think that might just be wax. Let's check it out. I guess there's one way to find out for sure. I thought it was metal. Oh. Here, let's just go for it. What did it do? I think that's glue. Oh yeah. Ew, it's gooey. Yeah, that's going to be exciting, especially you'll have a one-up on me there because I don't have any coin shows up here. I'd love to go to a coin show and just, buy up, go in there with some bodyguards and like just buy up like whole tables. Just like, yeah, what do you want for everything? But not yet. And so if you have that ability, you will do awesome. Like, it's like I always wonder, I'm like, are there just like whole tables full of all the stuff that I want? Like, it's like, am I just buying stuff that is like readily available to everyone else but me? Yeah, I mean, it's basically, that's where, like that's why I say like having a backstock can help. Like right now, like I would say for someone just getting started doing what I'm doing, doing one of a kind is like really the best way to go, because you don't spread yourself too thin anywhere. You're not buying like 50 of one coin and then having none of another. You have one of everything, which puts you in a good position. But eventually having, backup coins or just placeholders, because also when it goes to list, when you go to list stuff, if you already have a coin up of that date, mint, and grade, it makes it so much faster to list another one. It's like, yes, if you just have to change the date or the mint, it's not too bad, or just the grade a little bit. But when you have like every single date, mint, and grade, it makes it really, really fast to list stuff. But also, you don't have that missing spot. Yeah, and I don't know, it's like, say, like, people could say like gold and silver are awesome to invest in. It is true, but I feel that like they're more a vehicle in which to store wealth. With coins, if you learn how to sell them right, you can make a 10% profit, 20%, 30% profit, depending on the coin. Like, you can make a profit off the coin, then reinvest in it, make another. Sometimes you can like reinvest, like, especially with shipping. When I started on eBay, it would take up to 8 weeks sometimes to get an item. Nowadays, you can have the same coin back in a week sometimes. So it's like, it's possible to like be flipping a coin like 50 times a year. Just like keep on re-upping. And sometimes it's possible to like, buy an MS-65, sell it, buy an MS-66, sell it, buy an MS-67, sell it, and just keep upgrading. It's like basically like every time you sell the coin, but then there's also some coins you sell and then you don't see them again for years. So it's all over the place. But it's also a lot of fun, and it gets exciting. Like when you've been looking for one of those coins, they definitely, and you've got some good coins too. Like, I've seen the coins you've been listing. There are coins that I would call, can't think of the right word, but they're coins that get people's attention. They see that coin and they come to look at that coin. Like, say your 1936s would be a good example. Or I think you had a 1964 proof 69 cam. Really high grade, nice coins that get people's attention. It's like eye candy. They just, they want a window shop. They can't afford it. And they just come to check it out. Here's the thing with a second account, as I understand it. If you have a second account, actually, you know what? That might answer our first question. One thing that you can do, say, if you have a second account, like let's say you have an established account, you can create a second account, and if your first established account has like a high limit, like selling limit, then you can get it, basically linked. Like they'll like basically after a month, I think they will give you the credit. Say it like with mine, I can sell $2 billion worth of stuff and like 20 million items or something, I think. So if I started a second account, I think after 1 month, or maybe even less than that, they would allow me to do a couple things. If you do another account, you can't guide people towards the other account, and you can't do links towards the other account. So that's like kind of a no-no. They'll slap you on the wrist, and I do see people do it. I don't think I did, unless I did a long time ago. I watched Chris's video today. I really liked it. Except for it was baseball cards today, was his new video. All of his, I saw him a couple weeks ago running into Walmarts, picking up packs of baseball cards and getting them graded. And he was having a good time. And then it looked like the video today was all the 9s and 10s that he just got back from PSA. and he seemed pretty excited and happy about it. I believe that's just machine damage if it's anything there. Was the Treasure Town, was that a long time ago? Was it just like, was it like him at a coin show just interviewing an older gentleman? If not, I'm gonna have to go back. I thought I'd watched all of Chris's videos. But if it's not him interviewing an older guy at a coin show, then I am thinking of a different video that I watched on YouTube. Unless it's on Treasure Town's channel and not Chris's. But like, I can't believe like Chris's channel on Instagram, it's huge. It's like 17,000, and it's like, I love his YouTube videos of getting things graded. Like he's inspired me. Like, you know, it's like, say like you're jumping to like where, you know, kind of where I am, or like on that path, and it's like I'm wanting to jump where Chris is. Like, Chris has me inspired. Like, you know, I want to start like, you know, doing bulk submissions and like resubmitting coins that like I think are undergraded. You know, it's like I wouldn't call myself a professional grader, you know, because I don't think that I've earned that yet. I've probably like gotten like less than 20 coins graded myself, but I've looked at, you know, maybe 100,000 graded coins now. I'm not even sure, a lot. Nice. I'm gonna need to watch that. I'll watch that before bed tonight, because that doesn't quite sound familiar. I really liked it. He had a video a couple months ago that was like, I think it was like defeating the imposter syndrome, where it's like, you know, he was having this thing where like he couldn't even call himself a coin dealer, and like at the very same time I'm watching it, I was just kind of having that realization as like, I've never really considered myself a coin dealer because I don't go to coin shows and like I don't have a coin store, but it's like I sell coins. Like I sell a lot of coins. What's going on underneath this one? That kind of looks like one that I saw in Copper Coins tonight. I don't really see a split serif. Kind of looks like one at the top. I'm curious of the little nook on the bottom of there. I don't really think it's an RPM. But then at the same time, it's just like, you know, what is, you know, ask yourself the question, what is a coin dealer? Like, it's someone that deals with coins and buys and sells coins. Would you say that you deal with coins and buy and sell coins, Andrew? Or would you say that that's not what you do? And so it's, I don't know. It's just, it's like an interesting thing. It's like we put ourselves down, but at the same time, the other part of the video that he had was about abundance and the abundance that is around us. And it's like, you know, it's up to us to like see the abundance and enjoy the abundance for what it is. You know, it's like if you see the abundance around you, have some abundance. You know, if you see opportunity and potential, like, you know, enjoy. Like, I think it's there. I see it everywhere. Like, I wish I had a little bit bigger credit limit and I would enjoy it a little bit better. But I don't know, like, it does have certain connotations, but it, you know, kind of is what it is at the same time. You know, it's like if you at the end of the year pay taxes and, you know, you pay taxes on a business that deals with coins, what are you going to call it? You know, are you, is it a commodities exchange? Is it just, you know, online marketing? You know, it's something. But yeah, I think I was trying to think, like, I feel like I had some recommendations for you, but they weren't big. Like, I mean, like, everything it looked like you were doing is correct. Um, like, do you have all the like commemorative coins and like all the modern proofs of everything? It looked like you were listing like a lot of different stuff like that, and that's something I've never dabbled with. It seemed like some of them were really cool, like all of the Olympic stuff seemed really cool. But I know absolutely nothing about it. I mean, I feel like returns make people feel more comfortable, but the thing too is that people can return things if they want to, no matter what. Um, and so it's like there's nothing you can really do about it. But yeah, if you're wanting to get to be a top rated seller, it's a lot of hurdles and, like, I don't know, it took me forever to do it. It's like, you would ask customer service, what do I need to do? And they would tell, oh, do this and this and this, and you'll be great. And then you do that, and then like it says nope again, and then you ask them, and they're like, oh, well, you need to do this, and it's like, well, why didn't someone tell me that when I asked? It's like learning about how to, ask the right questions, I guess, but also getting like good help when you call them for help. But it's like then the system also just makes mistakes. That's crazy. Okay, so you used your store coupon today? I'm assuming because it's you still have to pay for the tax. Like it's funny. Like they give you the coupon, so you can buy free bubble mailers. Um, I make sure not to get the air jackets. I feel like the air jackets, they're not going to protect the coin at all. They might be good for some things that really, like a shirt or something like that. That'd probably be good for it because they're nice. Awesome. Yeah, the store. And how? I'm just curious. How was the inventory of the bubble mailers? Because the last time I tried to get some, they were like nearly out. Like one time I checked them and they were out, and then I went to do them and I actually ended up spending. It would only let me check out like quantity of 200s, or I'm sorry, 100 times 2 instead of 200. And so I actually paid more, but it was like there was only a few left and they were out for a long time after the pandemic started. And so I was just afraid if I didn't get any, I wasn't going to have any packing material. So I ended up spending like $10 on my last ones, which was funny because they're supposed to be free. Yeah, they really don't. And um, I believe, I don't feel like, I can't remember if they advertise it at all, but, with the promoted listings, I think quarterly you get a $25 coupon. Like you get a $25 coupon that's, it automatically works, or you get a credit for the promoted listings. I mean, you can blow through $25 of promoted listings in a few days. But and that's one thing also to, well, I don't think you'll have to worry about it. Make sure to keep a margin in your products for promoted listings, because like they can fluctuate sometimes pretty good. Like sometimes the promoted listings will be larger than the eBay fees. And I feel like that's one thing that's really, yeah, that's what I get. Yeah, don't the air jackets, it's like just like flat plastic that seals. Um, I feel like it would be really good if you had like shirts, or like I feel like they'd be good for clothing. And that's about what I'd use them for, or like a rock, just something indestructible. They basically look just like the other ones, but they make it kind of hard to tell the difference between the air jackets and the bubble ones. Um, I think they call them air padding. But yeah, the promoted listings, this one has like some die cracks on the reverse here. Yeah, I don't know. I'd like to hope that there's going to be other people who, do the same thing. Like, teach your girlfriend how to, if she isn't already wanting to do it, teach her how to do it. Um, she can do the same thing because, I mean, maybe you have like unlimited funds in pockets, but it's like, I see so much go by every day that I wish I could buy, but it's just, it's like there's whole coin shows full of coins. No one can have it all. Um, so it's like, but it's like if you work in tandem, you can definitely help each other, buy out categories, like, take out, dates and mints, there's little wins to be made all over the place. And that's one of the things too that's fun. Um, it's like when you buy out a category, somebody eventually is going to post stuff. Other people are going to like be like, oh, there's a hole there. But it takes time for that hole to get filled. And so it's like every time you buy out a category, it's like basically if you buy out like a category, generally like one or two items will pop up within a week. But you usually have up to about a month before people really start to like realize that there's a hole. Because I think there's people that watch like items that sold. And so it's like if you wipe out an entire category, there'll be a couple stragglers, a couple people will have a second item to relist. But then you have about a month, and that whole month, like you are the only person who is selling that product that people do want. And so it's pretty fun. Well, I'm glad I can help because most people that I would talk to about any of this would just, I'd put them to sleep. They'd walk away before they learned anything. Um, but it's like you seem like you have a good business sense. And I don't know. I think you'll do very well with it. Yeah, that's kind of where I'm at. Um, like as far as like a storage of wealth, like I could be going into gold or silver like everyone else is. But here's the thing, what goes up will come down when it comes to gold and silver. I mean, unless we end up in like a hyperinflation, like death. um, I don't know, like if we do that, then we're gonna be like a really bad off third world country, and it's gonna be really scary. But let's hope that doesn't happen, shall we? I just want to look at, um, yeah, it's just machine doubling, but for some reason it was just kind of looking cool. It's just machine damage. But yeah, when people are buying into gold and silver right now, I feel like all the stackers are really happy, and I hope they stay happy for a really long time. Um, but what happens is eventually there will be fear, in the market, and people will want to sell off their gold and go off into something different. And I feel like a lot of the time when like gold does start to go, I feel like coins benefit both times. When gold and silver goes up, eventually it gets too high, and then people that want to get into gold and silver get into coins, and then vice versa. When gold and silver goes down, people look for something else to put it into their money into to like kind of like prevent loss, and they go into coins. So it's like coins kind of double dip on both sides. At least they have in my history. Yeah, I would definitely say so. I mean, the way that gold and silver are going up, it seems too perfect for me. Um, it feels like a trap. I don't know. It just I don't know. It's funny. I was having gold dreams last night. I was like finding like PCGS graded proof 70 gold 1 ounce American or like whatever American Eagles or whatever the 1 ounce gold coins are or gold bullions are. I was finding like those just on the ground pre-graded, and I'm like, what? I was like, surely this must be mine, but I don't own any. I'm like, where did this come from? I sold it all. Hey, Seb Weber, welcome. Well, we will have some more mint cellos tomorrow. I do have a lot more rolls, but yeah, I just wanted to get back to these for at least a night. I was missing them, and we'll see if we can find. I mean, there's like a little bit more variety. Like sometimes I get really excited, like with the mint cellos when we find a bunch of stuff, and sometimes I like these just because it's usually a bunch of cool stuff. It's all different though. But yeah, I mean the bullion dealers are the ones that really make out in it all, because they're the ones that are constantly getting that 5 to 10%. They sell $1,000 worth of stuff, they get 5-10% of it, and they can do the 5 and 10% all day. And it's like the only scary thing for them is they need to make sure not to like hold on to too much if stuff goes down. And sometimes things go down really, really quickly. And so they just have to be careful and make sure that they don't hold on to anything. It's like gold and silver can be very much like a hot potato in the market today. This is a very worn die. It's got some pretties on it though. Very worn, very kind of purplish coin. I know you guys can't quite see it. I wish I could show some coins toned a little bit more. I'll take a look at this one. See if this one just came in today. I don't know if it will show up. But I was like, it wasn't super high grade, and I was like, rainbow toning all around it? Like, is that worth like $4 more than its PCGS grade? It's like, I don't know. I'm like, maybe it doesn't look very attractive in person. But I was pretty psyched about that. I don't know. For all I know, they're really common like that. But I didn't have like a, copper doesn't quite tone. Well, no, it does tone like that sometimes, but. I know, I just saw that $50 and I was like, oh, I'll pay more than PCGS price for it, sure. I was like, I don't know if it's pretty. I'm like clicking the buy it now button. I'm like, I guess I will find out if it's pretty. So I haven't listed that one yet. I'm going to list that one tomorrow. I think I'll list that one while having a cup of coffee, and hopefully I'll wake. It's nice to see though. That was the first time I put it under the microscope. It was nice to see that some of the color does show up, because it usually does not show up. Right? Yeah, like some of the things about eBay, like I still have not figured out. I just finally figured out how to put the KM, what is it, the KM code on it. I'm not sure if you figured that one out. It took me like 3 months to figure out what a KM number was. Yeah, KM number, that's what it is. Well, you have nothing to do with that. eBay puts that on there. I mean, that's the weird thing about coin collecting, is that there's a million reasons that a coin is worth money. You know, and sometimes I mean, it's like you go to an auction house, and if two people are at an auction house and they start bidding on something, and one of them's like, no, it's mine, and they just, start bidding above the price, and it's not even what the price of it is, it's just who can win it. It's like that's kind of what like coins can be like sometimes. It's just people are like, who's got the bigger wallet? I've got the bigger wallet, so I will pay whatever. It's like people like to be able to say, I spent $100,000 on this coin. Was it worth it? No, but it's mine now. And it's like some people are like that, and I'm not going to tell them they're wrong for that. I'm not saying it's right. Okay, so here I'll find the. So a KM code, it's basically like the number that a coin is attributed by. It's like a world. It's like a world system. Here I will. Hold on. I've found a website that it's like a digitized list of all the numbers, and so you can do a spreadsheet. You will find this helpful, and if you do it early, you will be happy you did. Where'd that go? Okay. Hold on, I'm not sure what this is going to look like. Oh no, whoa. Did it? Where'd my stream thing go? Am I still live? That's a first. Okay, let's try that again. I think I'm still live. Alright, so that's if you see the beginning of it, that's the name of the website, but if you click on the catalog, it'll bring you to the exact page, because I think the website has a bunch of different stuff. Okay, cool. I'm glad I'm still live. I was opening a new tab or a history or a bookmark, and it opened on this one. I've never seen it do it. Usually opens a new tab. So basically that website there, Accredited Coins, you just type in, the decimal value of the coin and the year, and it'll tell you what the code is. And trust me, this is handy. Otherwise you would have to have like a book, or like go down. It's just, I mean, maybe there is like, someone made a nice table of everything. Maybe the US coins all fit onto like a couple pieces of paper. I don't know. But I found it super helpful. And if you add it to all your listings now, it will be very helpful. Like I've been going back and manually changing everything, and it takes a long time. And so I guess that's another thing, is like do all your product listing, like fill out all the little things, all the recommended stuff, do them all. Because then when you are making new listings, like I use my old listings as templates for my new ones, it really, 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 really helps. This one looks like it's got some pretty colors on it. I don't think it's going to show up for you. It's not the highest graded coin, but it definitely, I don't know, it's like kind of like a blue and copper. I'll grab a flip for it. Yeah, and I think but basically it's like, say like you're from a different country or speak a different language. It's kind of like, it's like the coin language. It's like, so instead of saying, I want a Lincoln, it's like they don't know how to say a Lincoln Memorial. They can't pronounce it correctly, but they know numbers. They can say, I want a 154. I want a US 154. And, then the dealer can look in the book and be like, oh, 154? Yeah, we got 154. Yeah, I probably should add penny into all my coin listings. Mine say cent, I believe, but like probably adding penny, it would probably help. It's like I feel like almost everyone else, like I feel like when somebody is talking about wheat cents, they say penny. You know, it's like penny is basically the spoken way that we talk about 1 cent pieces. The only time we say cents or cent, I feel like, is when we're talking about it, 99 cents, or we're talking about how much something costs. But when we're referring to the coin, I feel like we say penny. Like, do you have a penny? Do you have a cent? Maybe you would say, well, no, yeah, it's just interesting. I think this one is an RPM, 58. At least it looks like it has a notch on the bottom there. Yeah, I feel like adding silver into the titles, I feel like I should have done that with my state quarters. Like I had that question today, is this a silver or clad coin? And I honestly, I had to like click, I had to go to PCGS because normally I feel like they usually say silver or clad on the slab. This particular one didn't say either, which I felt was odd. What was this one here? Had one more coin sitting there. I don't know if it was just the bottom of the roll. Maybe this was one I put to the side. We can take a look at it. And I mean, I feel like that's another thing just in general. Like, I feel like a lot of people, they'll say like beautiful coin, stunning coin, like they'll use lots of words to describe what they're selling. And I feel like I've never, I'll say toned, I'll put toned in the title, especially since like I have offers on things. So that's the end of the first roll. I think there were 2 pennies here, which were kind of maybes I put aside. So we'll open up another roll here. But it's like, when people are, give you an offer and they're like, oh, you look at what you paid for it. Uh-oh. Let's see if I can break it out. Ooh. This coin is damaged looking. But it definitely helps to have some note. And that's one of the reasons I like the videos that I have too, is that like when someone puts an offer in, I can go back and look at the coin and like see what they're putting an offer on. I think this coin is just really damaged here. It got stuck in the roll. It was like on the bottom of the roll of all places. I don't know if I thought it was an error or what. I don't think it's an error though. We'll put it aside for a moment. Alright. Ooh, some of these look older maybe, or messed up. Alright, we've got a 1925 with either some tape on it, or I think that's tape. See if we can get some better focus. I don't know, maybe I should zoom in on there to just make sure. It's almost got some good details. You can see a little bit of the wheat ears there. There's some environmental damage, perhaps has been cleaned. Looks like there's some green. I just want to see if this is a lamination error or tape. I think I'm going to go with tape. Maybe we'll zoom in on that date. Yeah, I liked your idea there. Yeah, you should probably. I mean, that's the thing too. It's like, say, it's like I've thought about it before. It's like I think Oregon. I think there's like zero sales tax, and so it's like if you were to move to Oregon, you would there's like zero sales tax. Alright, hold on, we're gonna have to zoom out on this one so I can see what's going on. I feel like I could see something, but now I'm like trying to look at it. Alright, so 1940, and is that damage or is that like a lamination peel? We'll check out the reverse. Yes, it really is crazy. Like, I mean, I feel like state should be one price tax. I think it just makes things unnecessarily hard. But I mean, at the same time, it's probably, probably rich people do it so that, non-rich people can't move into their community. I think that this one is a lamination peel. I think it's like lamination and then it's peeled and flipped over there. And it's like, I feel like they have higher property tax, but it's not that much higher. And I feel like California keeps getting higher. So it's interesting. I've thought about it. Like, I feel like if I had jumped like 10 years ago, I feel like you could like still, get a relatively cheap place out there. But now I feel like pretty much everybody is already onto it. It's like I feel like a lot of Californians got sick of stuff a while ago. The rest of us that are here are just too stubborn. But it's like my property taxes go up like 2% every year. So it's like, you think like, oh yeah, I'm paying off the mortgage, but it's like basically like this new mortgage is like growing by the time I pay off a mortgage. There's going to be a mortgage that's just going to be called property tax. Huh. This one's interesting. Like there kind of looks like there's something. What's the date? 52. It's a nice little notch on the 2, but I've been seeing those a bit. Maybe that's just a scratch above. I'm not sure about that one. Yeah, Cali is expensive to live in. It's oh, this one's got a wandering S on it. Lincoln's got money on his mind. Looks like it was done a fair time ago too. But yeah, it's amazing how some places, you also, if you're in a business that's on the internet, you also have to have like, relatively good internet. When I was trying to do, like at one part of my eBay business, when I lived off the grid in the mountains, I had my printer attached to my computer, or my cell phone attached to my computer, my laptop, and then was doing like, printing shipping labels off by generator power. Like I'd download the label onto the phone and then onto the computer. It was a pain in the butt, total pain. But it was possible to run, an internet business off the grid in the mountains. Just wasn't easy. I think it ended up like frying my phone. Yes, the S was definitely in the wrong place there. Yeah, And I feel like both of those, well, I think that we just had like, I think Tesla and some other people just like launched all those satellites up. I think you can get um, internet worldwide now. I don't think there's a corner of the earth that can hide from internet now, because they put up those satellites that are basically orbiting all around the earth, like beaming internet like in every little nook and cranny everywhere. Yeah, they can not be cheap, but like for here, they're no, where I live, they're kind of no fun. Like basically, Suddenlink has the monopoly. About every 2 months, they raise my internet. Last year, they raised my internet 5 times. Yet, if you're a new customer, they advertise like $25 for life. But basically, they just make that plan obsolete and then start charging you overages on it, which is just it's funny how they can like promise you something and then, but it's like not like no two people in my town have the same price internet. It's just they basically like charge you whatever they think they can get away with. Yeah, those satellites, I mean, like, if I have something that like keeps me up at night, it's like I don't know, like I know it's not midnight yet. I usually save this stuff for after midnight. But basically, like, once everything has internet connection, like that, like every single place you go, like there's no place on the earth where you can escape it. You know, it's like you think of Amazon's drone systems and like, you know, having millions and millions of drones being able to go to everyone's house. If you think mosquitoes are bad, imagine like a million drones with like handguns attached to them. I mean, if a 10-year-old can like put a handgun on a drone and like make like YouTube videos firing it at stuff, imagine what like billionaires could do. Like, if they wanted to take over the world, you don't need an army. You just need satellites in space, Wi-Fi circling the Earth, and a bunch of drones. Yeah. Sorry to put that out into the universe, guys. Hey, we got some thumbs downs. That's awesome. We don't usually get any of those. We're getting extra love today. It's fascinating. Did I miss someone coming in here? They just like did a drive by and like thumbs down. I got like the thumbs down raid. Well, pretty much I believe the way YouTube works anyway. Thumbs down or thumbs up. They work the same. Another one. So it's cool. It means I'm doing something right. If somebody's on here like putting thumbs down on me, that means that I'm doing something right. People don't waste their energy for no reason. Oh, the scratches on that one. Hey, thanks whoever switched from down to up. I mean, I thumbs down, or no, I think I doubled like one time, like I was watching someone's channel and I was like, oh, this is good, and I'd already thumbs up them, and I was like, whoops, I unthumbs up them. But it was good to learn how to do that, I guess. But like, I mean, I don't like. I figure if you don't like a channel, why thumbs down? Maybe if YouTube like recommended, you know, oh, you'd like this, and then like you go and check and it's like, no, never show this to me again, YouTube, please. Don't think there's anything there. Did it happen when I was talking about like drones and stuff? Sorry, I missed it. It's like I'm okay at multitasking, but it's like I can like pretty much talk to people and like try to keep showing you guys coins. And if I try to do everything, something's gonna get lost. Fortunately, like it's, I don't know, it's like, I don't know, like when I think of Jeff Bezos, you know, maybe this is his PR, but it's like, I feel like you know, what's that billionaire from Annie's, like something Warbucks, whatever that guy from Annie is. It's like, that's the kind of vibe I get from him, but maybe that's just what he wants, but I don't know, I don't feel terrified with him. You know, maybe his company is trying to take over the world, you know, like it seems like a lot of companies are trying to take over the world. We'll see. Yeah, it's the guy that offered $4 for like a roll of like a proof, or like a roll of flying eagles, like $4. Come on, this is 8 times the face value. Please. Looks like a 1909. I don't think there was anything else. But if it looks like it was more than one. Daddy Warbucks, that's who I was thinking of. Apparently I must have like declined too many offers today because there was more than one, and then like one that's like on the fence. Looks like a 1923 with some environmental damage. Looks like some pitting on it. Right? I don't get some stuff like, I mean, I feel like I upset YouTube because like, I don't know, like either that or it's like they want you to make 2 videos a week. They want them to be heavily edited, and they want them to be 10 minutes or longer, and they want them only to be about what's trending. And I feel like if you do that, you'll get decent views. But if you do what you want to do or what you think other people want to see, nothing. But it's okay. I mean, it's like, what's going on with this one? That kind of, no, I guess it's like a lamination peel. I was gonna say it almost looks like a little cud, or at least between the O and the D of God there. I'll just check out the reverse, see if anything else is going on there, and then we'll flip it over. Rest looks good. Let's zoom in. So I don't know, it's kind of like a die crack and a lamination peel. It's almost like it like cracked and then like peeled. It's kind of one of the more interesting. I mean, I've seen cool looking lamination hairs. It's almost like this whole part, the whole area over there is a peel, and it kind of slid in. I will flip it. Like, where'd the stapler go? I'm definitely going to be glad that I decided to like write all the notes down for everything. Because like the first 50 or so episodes, I wasn't doing it when looking through all the coins on this channel, and like I'm basically just going to have to do it all again. Like, oh, is this one in RPM? Is this one in RPM? It seems like we're finding some older coins in this roll, which is nice. It's like some ones seem like they have like, you know, a little bit nicer coins. Some have tone, some have air, some have, you know, like RPM. Some are just like all over the place. Yeah, so like I'm gonna be crazy busy this next week. Like I have like at least 100 more coins I think in the mail, and it's like I don't know, like it's getting to the point where like I'm glad, Andrew, that you are starting to starting to do what I'm doing, because like I'm just buying everything, and it's like when I'm buying it I have to list it, and I'm just finding myself working more and more. Like I've been working like 10-12 hours a day just, you know, going through stuff and, you know, making videos and stuff. I mean, if I didn't make videos of stuff, it would be way less work. Like I can list about 20 to 30 listings in an hour if I'm not making videos. It's like once I'm making videos and like adding it to all the social medias, it's like all of a sudden I can only do 5 or 6. But it's like pretty much, it's like I have like a week's worth of stuff. Yeah, I mean, it's like auctions are definitely time consuming. You know, like I have to go through the entire, I go through like an entire 24 hours just to know what's ending the next day, and like have everything watched. I think I did a video on it if you're ever curious. Just, you know, how I think this one might be an RPM or it's damaged on both serifs. But I definitely feel like I developed a pretty good system, at least for going through, you know, the small cent category. I'd say it takes me about an hour to go through 24 hours of stuff, just to get ready, now that I'm going through. And not only am I going through like all PCGS graded coins every day, but I'm also going through the mint set categories. I'm going through cello and some cellophanes. Like I have all these different searches, because I'm pretty much starting to get ready to start doing bulk submissions. That's really like watching all of Chris's videos. Like I'm really ready for the next step. And so a bunch of categories on eBay, you know, I'm going to buy out a bunch of categories, but then I'm going to flood them. And I'm going to flood them because then nobody in their right mind, you know, when someone goes to like do a bulk submission, they don't do a bulk submission for a category that is flooded. If there is like, you know, 100 of that date and mint up, they look for the one that there's not. And so it's like basically I'm going to buy out categories, then flood them. And it's going to basically make and break different sections. And it's just I'm going to rinse and repeat and keep doing it and keep doing it and keep doing it to different sections. And it's going to be really fun. I've done this before, but it was all in virtual economies. And so, but basically everything seems to work exactly the same as it did in all the models that I used to do. You're asking what these are. I'm talking about virtual auction houses and video games. They pretty much taught everything that I know. Hey PK Carve, welcome. Hello, hello. Hey, thank you, Accredited Coins. Thank you, PK Carve. But it's like the auction houses that you know, World of Warcraft and Diablo 3 and stuff, I bought everything in the marketplaces up to the point where I owned everything in the game. And it was simply buying stuff, marking it up for more, and then buying everything once everybody posts more. And just, you know, finding the little niches where there's limited, amounts, and, only so much is able to get listed in a certain amount of time period. It's like, and then it's, if somebody wants that item, they buy it from you, and if they don't, they don't. And it's like, it's not like I'm doing it with PPP or like, life. They're not essential items. Like I would not do this if it was like something that somebody needed. Um, but it's, I don't know. I did it with games, and it was basically like became like a billionaire in the game, and then I was able to do anything in the game that I wanted. And then I was like, wait, what if I did this with eBay? And so I started doing it with eBay, and it works exactly the same in eBay. Yeah, and that's the thing too is you can, like, if you're trying to sell something for a profit, do not sell it at auction. Put it up as a buy it now. If you sell it as an auction, that's like somebody saying I don't want it anymore. It's not that there's anything wrong with it. It's just they don't want it. It's like a liquidation sale as far as I'm concerned. But the thing is, it costs, it takes energy, and energy and time is money. So if you're on the auctions bidding on everything all day, you are not at the beach. You are not having dinner with your girlfriend. You are not doing X, Y, or Z. So it's like every minute is a choice. And that's why I try to look over everything and know what everything is, and then it's nice that there's the mobile app too, so it's like I can just have an alarm set, and then when something is about to end, I know it's about to end, and then I reset the alarm for the next one to end. But I know that can get annoying to people, but it works. Yeah, you can't like nobody can win everything. Like no one can be at the right place at the right time all the time. You can try, but it's just not really going to happen. And then there's just too much stuff too. It's like, say, like when I have really good weeks, that kind of looks like a split up at the top. The bottom looks wrecked. Um, that looks really split at the top though. 52D. I don't know. That one looks pretty good at the top. Maybe I'll put it to the side, but I think I could probably match that with something, and if it wasn't, yeah, I mean the market's just too big. It's gigantic. No one can take over. It's just about, like, what it really is about is just finding a little corner that you feel comfortable in, and then doing that over and over again, getting comfortable at it, branching out a little bit more. But it seems like you already feel pretty comfortable, accredited coins, with what you're doing. So I'd say keep doing it. The 2020W PCGS Proof 70 Trump Silver Eagles, yay or nay? Does it actually have, it can't have Trump on it. So is it like a third party mint? Is it just somebody putting it on it? I mean, I'm pretty sure there's a US law that no living person shall be, on currency, because that essentially like makes them look like a king or a queen or a god or something. I would say nay, because it's not something that's actually produced. I mean, maybe it'll become a collectible thing someday. I mean, without even any political things, I don't think that's like a real collectible. It seems more like kind of like a fad, just a generic round. It's just that, it's a generic round. I mean, like at some point, like they have like the political buttons and stuff, like, from elections and stuff. It seems like those have collectible value. I don't know. If that's what you want your silver, if you want Trump on your silver, and you like looking at his face and it makes you feel good, I would say, yeah, get some. If you don't want to look at Trump on your silver and you'd rather look at something else, I'd get something else. That one there looks pretty good too. I don't know, it almost looks like it's split twice though, which is possible. 57. Huh. We'll put that next to the other one. I hadn't seen one like that either. Oh, PCGS? Yeah, I have not seen them. I've definitely seen lots of like kind of I've seen lots of things like like paper dollar bills and stuff with him on it. Just I've seen lots of paper money. I mean, I guess like is the money that's being I thought quantitative easing was a joke when they were just like printing out tons of money and pumping it into the economy. But what's going on right now makes quantitative easing look like, I don't know, like a good idea. It seems like they're just like, it's like what seems like it's going on right now is just helicopter money. It's just, they're just throwing money on the economy from up above. They're just like giving everyone money as fast as they can. And, is it helping? Well, people aren't freaking out as much as they might be otherwise, so maybe it is. But it doesn't feel real. It doesn't feel natural. I feel like things could be real bad, like in a morning. We'll zoom in here. So the last couple ones have been kind of interesting. I know this one, it's got like this purple look to it, but I don't think it's maybe it's more like staining. Legal tender, 1 troy ounce silver dollar. Legal tender. I mean, what I usually oh, I can't say anything. I know if I joke one way, I'm going to be misunderstood, and if I joke the other way, I'm going to be misunderstood. So I feel like it's not a win-win situation. There is no win. It's like a lose-lose situation. Um, so it's like, I don't know. Yeah, I feel like companies need to be careful though when when a company makes like a silver product, they have to be really, really careful not to market it as, something that somebody could misconceive as currency. It's totally legal to make bullion rounds. But if you try to like make people think that it's worth a certain amount of money, there were like the whole mints that had everything, the people went to jail for basically they were accused of making their own currency. But I mean, it's like we could get like super political on this, but it's like I'm pretty sure you go everywhere else in the world, and that's, you can find political stuff like everywhere. It's like I don't mind if people talk about stuff. It's not really the basis of the show here. I know we sit here looking at presidents the entire, um, I mean, I can tell you, like, I have not been super impressed with our president. I'll be honest about that. I haven't been super impressed with how he's done his job. And I will say, like, when I was a young man growing up in this country, like, I looked at this guy and I looked at our president and I said, there is a successful business person This is someone you can look up to. This is somebody that, like I could aspire to be. Um, and I don't know, as far as, the way he is as a person, the way he treats other people, not really down with it. Did I think that maybe it would be good if our government got shooken up a little bit by an outsider? Yeah. Um, was I impressed with the status quo of political elites that our country has, that I've seen and experienced in my lifetime? No, I haven't been really impressed. It's felt kind of weird. It's felt like a very weird world. Don't really feel like things are going better now, though. I'd kind of like to go back to the way that things were. Things weren't perfect. They definitely weren't equal for everyone. I don't know, that looked like a split serif to me. There's just some of these ones, what was the date? Some of these ones I've just never seen before. The 51. So I feel like maybe there's some ones we can look up. I have bid on Heritage. I have bid on Heritage before. One thing to keep in mind is I believe there's like a buyer's premium on top of whatever you do. So it's kind of like with getting a coin graded by PCGS. You're going to be paying a premium to have the coin looked at by experts, and so the same coin is going to have a premium attached to it. So if you buy a coin, I think for $100, then you have like a $14 premium plus shipping and taxes. So it's not bad when you're buying a more expensive coin, but when you're buying a $10-20 coin, it all of a sudden doubles it. And so I think that's probably why they only kind of take higher priced coins. If you're buying it for a collectible, and I mean that's the thing about like art rounds, I mean that's, or like custom made pieces, you're buying them for, so that you can enjoy looking at your stacks. I mean that's at least, there's, art rounds and like different stuff like that that I find absolutely beautiful. I mean there's a lot of talented YouTubers here on YouTube that like do some amazing work. There's some really gifted people, and some of the stuff is like really collectible. Some stuff it's not so, some stuff is just cool. It's just fun to have, and then there's some stuff that will return a value on top of the premium. $118 for one. I guess you'll have to like really, really like that one. Really, really, really like it. Welcome, Creative Keys. That's a great question, Creative Keys. I mean, one of the ways to look at it is, they talk about the penny disappearing. And I mean, there are, I believe, places in the world that kind of have gone cashless in some ways. They've kind of begun, they're not used as much. Like look at Canada, they took away the penny. Now I feel like it's probably a lot harder to find a penny. The government probably removes them from circulation. If you look at older coins in the US, the obsolete types, the government destroyed them. Basically, you had to return them. It was the same thing with the euros in Europe. When they made the euro, you had a time limit for how long you could come and basically cash your old stuff in for money, and then after that it was worthless. And so they destroyed all that stuff, and then when you go back, and so then it becomes harder for people to finish their collections and stuff. Hold on one second, gotta take care of something. don't like to step away while I'm streaming, but that was in all of our interests. I'll just catch up with you guys for a second. Alright. We are back. Let's check this one out. I just looked down. I think it's a 32D. 35S. Not quite. Yeah, I've been seeing a lot more Canadian coins on eBay. Creative keys. There definitely seems to be a growing market for it. Because I remember, like, I used to get Canadian pennies all the time. And I feel like they're becoming less and less and less. And I definitely do see them on eBay here. I don't know. It almost feels like PK Carve, the end of the penny could be not so far away. I mean, it seems like people are not wanting to use cash lately. I mean, it's like the banks are begging people to like bring stuff in. I mean, if you need the money, you can cash them in. That's probably worth more if they're the copper ones. You know, just sell them as copper bullion, put them in a bag, weigh them, and then put the weight and sell them on eBay, send them in a flat rate package. You know, then you're getting more money than they're worth, more money than a dealer would give you. How many do you have? Thank you, Creative Keys, and welcome. So we'll keep going here. So I feel like we found a couple possible RPMs here, but or one that it looks like one, and the other ones they look like strong candidates. I've just never seen those particular ones before. They definitely seem like they had split serifs. Just me, or is the eye? I guess it's kind of crushed. It kind of looks sideways there. But yeah, it would be really interesting if we go cashless. I guess if we go cashless, I guess I wish I had invested in Bitcoins. Yeah, I had forgotten to put myself on all chats there for a couple nights, and I realized there were conversations going on that I was missing. I felt kind of bad afterwards. It was like when I was like logging off for the night on the YouTube, on the stream page, there was all this chat that I did not even read. I was like, whoa, my bad. I don't think this color is natural here. It's like really, really dark and then really bright in different areas. I don't really know what's going on with this one. I'm guessing that it's been cleaned with something. And there also seems, you know, it's like you look at the mint mark and the date, there's almost something covering it. I do buy coins, Creative Keys, but I pretty much buy all mine through eBay. Pretty much just buy graded coins these days. I am still trying to go through all of my like raw coins and sort them out from my roll hunting days. It's just endless. But if you do have any certified coins by PCGS, throw them on eBay. I will put a bid on them. Pretty much when I'm not streaming here, I am pretty much living in the PCGS section on eBay. That's pretty much what I do for a job. You're a coinaholic, yes. And some of these guys here do buy coins as well. And you know, I do not mind if people promote their businesses. I don't mind if people promote their channels. You know, just everybody be respectful to each other. That's all I ask. And I don't know. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Yeah, that's what I found too, accredited. It's like, you know, you can get way better deals when coins aren't graded. You can get them for way cheaper. But when it comes to trying to buy and sell coins online, when they've been graded, it is so much easier to move them. Like, so much, so much easier. And I mean, when it comes to having raw coins, creative keys, it is very possible to sell them. It's just you really have to know what you have, and then, you know, market it in the best possible way. You know, taking very clear photos of them is the most important thing, and then just, you know, making sure that you put it up in the right category. You know, it's like some of the coins we're looking at tonight. You know, some of the better conditioned ones are worth a couple bucks, but it's also just, you know, sometimes it costs more money just to ship the coin than it's actually worth. And so that's where it kind of becomes hard to move them. If it was in person and someone wanted to buy a bunch of them, it'd be very easy. So this one looks like there's like a little die crack up here, or maybe a lamination error, not a die crack. Doesn't look super crazy, just a, you know, just a crack in the metal and the metal alloy there, improper metal. Yep. So all the pre-82s are metal or are bronze. And so I haven't even checked to see what copper is at these days, but it's definitely 2 to 3 times more. Like the pound is usually like 2 to 3 times face value. Yeah, I have a, yeah, if you're ever interested in a machine, they're called Rydale, Ryedale. They can sort so many pennies so quickly, like more than your bank will give you. And you can check to see how much copper is worth at Coinflation, COINFLATION.com. And I think there's also a link to the Rydale coin sorter there. It's a cool machine. I bought mine, like that's what I use to like sort out most of these coins that we're going through tonight, and then I looked through them. Otherwise I was looking through 5,000 count bags, but then you can also use it on 5,000 count bags to sort out all the older coins, because they're 90% of them are much more worn, and so they weigh less, and it can pretty much like 98% pick out, you know, there might still, if there's some perfect gem old ones in there, it'll miss them. That's not a bad idea, Blue Sandy. I've been meaning to get one of the coin scopes, just because it seemed like it was awesome. Yeah, you can't melt the pennies, but you can put them in a bag and sell them for their weight. I've never known anyone that got in trouble for that. I mean, you can go on eBay right now, you know, $50 face value copper. It'll probably be about $85, $90 shipped to you. But yeah, the CoinScope seemed like they'd be a lot of fun. Alright, so let's see, I think the next roll here, don't know where I am. It's like I seem to have a bunch of these kind of no roll ones here. I feel like we've had kind of mixed. Some of them have been better. Ooh. Yeah, they seem like they're harder to get the coins out. I think I've noticed that like I can't just, the round ones. Oh, I think I can see a really nice lamination error in there. Maybe it's a woody, I'm not even sure. We'll look at that one first. I was just like looking down the tube. Oh, you guys can't see it yet, sorry. Let's check this one out. I guess it's, I know it's funny, like there's like a line okay, there you can kind of see it. But that's why I thought it was a lamination, because there were just these like lines going down. Maybe I'm zoomed in too far. But it kind of looked like a woody, it looks like a woody from where I am. I think we're zoomed too close. And maybe it's a lamination, or maybe it's both, because a lamination error happens from an improper metal alloy, like a contaminant. And then I believe the woody is the same. So it's like, why can't a lamination be an improper metal alloy? Kind of cool. So it's kind of like I guess I was right. It looks like a lamination, looks like a woody. I think it's both. But yeah, I've been just wanting to, like, just for fun, get like a couple pounds of world coins, try out the CoinScope app, and just, like try, or like, I feel like on eBay in the past I saw like, like a lot of world coins, like everything 100 years or older. And it was just stuff I would never know what it was. It would be like, like a coin history lesson, just trying to figure it out. Yeah, in a flat rate box, you can put 70 pounds. And so for the medium flat rate, I could fit, was it 34, 5,000 pennies is 34 pounds. And so you can put 10,000 pennies. You can put $100 face value into one of those flat rate boxes, and it's $68. Or I'm sorry, it's 68 pounds. It's perfect. Make sure, to duct tape the entire insides of the box. I put them in like the canvas, like bank bags. So I guess if you don't have a ton of extra of those laying around, you can also use those post office, the Tyvek bags. Those things are indestructible. You could put 34 pounds of pennies in Tyvek and it would not break. And then write heavy on every side. Otherwise, you're going to kill a post office worker's back. Write like really heavy on every side. They will thank you. Because, like, the people in the factories, like, they're working, they're grabbing a box, grabbing a box, grabbing a box. And then all of a sudden, they hit that 68-pound box and it wrecks them. So, like, I don't know, like, when I was going through the 5,000 count bags, like one a day pretty much, roll hunting, all the bags, like half the bags were being sold, like that, and then I was making solid date rolls, and so it was like the post office was just like, every employee was like, sorry, I can't lift it, and they all hated me. And it was like all to make a few pennies. And so that's why I'm like so much more down with certified coins these days, because it's a little 2-3 ounce package. Nobody gets hurt. Nobody hates me. They put the pennies in a box and then put it in a bag. Huh. I feel like there was something, or it was the mint mark on this one. It's kind of like way over there. Looks like a chunk of it's gone. It just got flattened. It's kind of a funny looking D. It's like a duck. Can't focus on it. Quack. Or a turtle. Feels like my microscope got farther away from me. I'm going to move forward. Yeah, this is like an interesting roll. Like these ones all seem like kind of heavily circulated, but like it's like, you know, some of them all look way newer, and then some of them are all older. It's like I'm still wondering when I'm gonna find, like, it's like I know I have a roll of 1909 VDB that are like kind of like AU low MS somewhere, and I believe a bunch of them were toned. I have not seen them. DN9. So I don't know, there's a couple ways to look at it, Andrew. So the person's watching it, so they're interested. Sometimes people put, you know, watch stuff. Sometimes they watch it to while they're comparing to other items. It could mean that they are looking at other items on your store right now. It could mean that they are getting paid on Friday, and you know they'll come back and purchase it another day. I don't know. There's so many different ways to look at it. Generally, when I see that there's a bunch, when it's telling me to give people offers, I give offers. However, one thing I'm confused about is if they send an offer, if that's then considered a promoted listing. Like if by them sending it, they are clicking through that link, and then it's, you know, a guaranteed fee when it was something that they were already looking at. But it's like, you know, if someone just hit watch and you're just sitting there hitting refresh, you're not even giving them a chance to purchase it. But it's like, I don't know, it's like if you don't hit it, every little once in a while, you know, sometimes people, you know, they're about to buy your coin, they've watched it, and then they're going to come back, and then, you know, their significant other tells them to take the trash out, and then they grab a beer, and then they sit down and watch a show and forget. You know, just a million things happen that make people forget what they're doing. Like, you know, that's practically half a life, is like being distracted and forgetting what you're doing. It's like, is this a lamination error or just a scratch here? Yeah, it will, I will get messages from eBay saying there's items waiting in people's carts. I think that's a lamination error. It'll say there's items, lower the price right now, and we'll let them know. And so if you get messages like that, and then it's funny too, because like sometimes I'll just put everything on my store on sale, and then it'll tell me, I'm like I just put everything. I just did that. But I don't know, like I definitely do. I spam that out like whenever I check, but then it seems like I feel like if I hit that button too many times and I give offers every single time, I don't know, sometimes it seems like eBay penalizes me. I think too much about these things. This looks like a better looking 1930D on the back. Was this 30D? Yeah. It's not damaged. I can't, this is still something I am trying to learn myself, accredited coin, so I can tell you, like, my advice is like use it, because people forget what they're doing, and let's say they forget even that they put you in the cart. They might forget, but if you remind them, there's a chance that they'll buy it right now. I mean, and sometimes it's just that 1 or 2% difference, and that's all it really is. I think I'm going to flip that one. It's just a nicer looking coin. Yeah, and I definitely, I mean, like, say, one time I sent out an offer, and it was funny because we talk about them sometimes, but it was gift stores for more, or gift stores online. And I sent him an offer, and he accepted it. And I was like, great, I made a really good sale. And then after he says, oh, I got your offer and accepted it. I thought it was an offer on my coin because he was selling the same coin. And he was like, I want to cancel the transaction. Please don't send me any more, send me any more offers. But eBay doesn't let you know who you're sending the offers to. It's just, you have a watcher. You can't see who your watchers are specifically. So it's like I'm just not supposed to send out any more offers because my competition says not to. I thought it was nice. But of course I can't. I guess that's the second time I've canceled a transaction with him. But sometimes I feel like people buy stuff simply to create a history of the sold item, so that then it increases the chance of them selling their item for more. I feel like I've seen it like time and time again. It's like when somebody buys something and then wants to cancel it after 24 hours, I'll go back and check what they were selling and like see if they were selling the same thing that they had just bought off of me, and then wanted to cancel because I've seen it so many times. It's just ridiculous. 17D. I'm guessing it's probably been cleaned. Just want to see the... This one has something sticky on it. Yeah, we're getting some older ones. This one's got some tape on it. Take a look at the mint mark. It's actually a nice mint mark for a coin that is this worn and sticky. I'm guessing that this one was like taped into an album for a while. Actually, speaking of offers, hold on one second. Just because eBay's been kind of crazy again. It like totally slowed down there a couple days ago, but now it's just been coming back. It's always curious too. Yeah, there's like nine offers here. Looks like here it looks like somebody wants to maybe build a set of 2009s. And so, perhaps they were watching all the items because they were putting together a set and then deciding which ones were the best. Sorry your back hurts, Sev. Hope it feels better. We'll see. I'll tell you what happens with those credited coins. There was no offers to be sent before the show here, and so maybe they were about to build it, but maybe they're about to get 5% better price now. I just sent out a 5% to whoever was watching. It looked like they had like the full set, 'cause I think it was the satin finish. I had just gotten some really nice toned satin finishes in today. I feel like I got a lot of toned coins in today. I don't know what it's been. I keep seeing coins that are like kind of nice, and I'm like, should I? And I keep hitting the buy it now, and I need to stop. Kind of nice looking 1916 on the front here. Very, very glossy. Still got some detail on it. It's like pretty nice coin considering this, a little rim damage. but this thing came out of a circulated bag or roll. I would say it's pretty good, pretty nice coin for coming out of circulation. I don't know if the rim damage on that just totally kills it or if it just knocks it down a couple grades. But it looks like this roll here, it's been, I feel like, has it been all pre-30s? Or, I'm sorry, like 30s or older? Older? Alright, this one's got a nice blue. It almost looks like extra fine AU on the back or something. Stop flipping them. It's like I flip the coins to protect them, but then it's like I end up with like when you flip a coin, it makes it like 9 times bigger. And then it's like I gotta find more and more space to put these flipped coins, and then it just, it makes it twice as expensive to ship it. But I guess if I was gonna ship it, it would probably be in a large group anyway. I was thinking about doing that. I mean, speaking of anyone who hasn't joined the GOTS or the giveaways, I have 4 PayPal Cash giveaways right now. If you guys look in the description at the very bottom below the video here, there's 4 of them. 2 are $5 and 2 are $10 prizes. The first one ends, I believe, in like 3 days. I think there's like less than 200 people entered into all of them, so I know that they're not huge prizes, but I'm just trying this giveaway site because people had said the scavenger hunts I did were too hard. But so this just seemed easy, like you just visited with your Instagram or YouTube and you got entered. So if anyone's wanting to join, everyone is welcome to. If you want to tell anyone who doesn't watch the channel, they are welcome to. And if people do like this kind of giveaway, I'm going to do more of them, and I'm going to have more prizes in each and make the prizes bigger. But Sev, that was also the idea, as I was like, I could just give away coins, or, give people credit at my store. Either would work the same for me. Just because by the time I'm shipping something out, I actually get a discount through eBay for shipping things, so it's cheaper for me to ship things through my eBay account. I probably end up paying more money because of eBay fees and stuff, but since it's all just going straight through the business, it just streamlines it and makes it extra easy. But yeah, the giveaways were supposed to be a thank you to everyone because I think I'm about 500 hours from my 4,000 hours, so probably in like a week here, I'm going to hit 4,000 watch hours, so I'm pretty excited about that. And at that point, I believe I'll be able to become an eBay partner, and then I think they'll start paying, something, even if it's just $10 a month. And that was kind of one of the things I figured I would do, is once I became an eBay partner, if I did start to get checks, I was going to basically I know I have to pay taxes on it, but I was going to start kind of giving away half of the money that I was making from ads or whatever. I'm not sure even how it would do it, if it automatically, people tell me they already get ads, some people say they don't. I don't see anything from the ads, so as far as I know, there's none turned on. It's just what YouTube does. But I figured I would turn it into prizes and stuff if that ever happens, because I want things to be fun. If you guys want me to wear some hats or something sometime to be ridiculous, I can do that to be fun too. But for the most part, the show's about coins. Or, yeah, I meant YouTube. I'm already an eBay partner. But if I became a YouTube partner, and if eBay partner started actually paying out, it almost seems like it doesn't work. Some of the times, like it's funny, like I'll get a whole bunch of payments on the eBay partners, and then it'll be like 2 weeks and like nothing. Like, and I'll look at like the amount of clicks from YouTube and stuff. Though the math doesn't quite add up what eBay partner shows me. But it is what it is, and it's a little bit of extra money, and that's cool. Does Gleam end up sending you a random? As far as I understand it, Gleam, basically you log in through either having a YouTube, an Instagram, or a PayPal. Maybe you have to have a Gleam account. I've never tried it. I thought people just had to visit from YouTube or Instagram. If I'm wrong, maybe that's why more people aren't entering in it. But it, like, people, seem to want it to be fair. And so that was like the easiest way for me to figure out how to do it fair, is have like an automated website. I also thought that Gleam advertised things, or like, had a page for all of its giveaways. But I couldn't figure out how to get that to work. Which, if they did that, it would be kind of cool. I actually found websites that would, gosh, this is glossy, that would advertise your giveaways, but they wanted you to pay them money to advertise your giveaway. So to give away money, you had to give away money to a company to help you give away the money. Sounds like how a nonprofit works. But if it is asking for, I thought the email I thought was just used to tell me, like, if there was a winner. I thought it just told me who to email the money to. And if that's not the case, that would be good to know. Because that's the only thing I'm going to use it. I know, like, if you upgrade on Gleam, you can, like, get people's, you can, like, basically, like, collect information about people, and I'm not about that. The only reason I would use the email address is to send a PayPal payment, or to say, like, hey, you sure your PayPal payment's good? I'm about to send you money, and I don't want it to just go into limbo. This one here is like so glossy and bright and cleaned. And I think that's what's going on with it. It's too bright to be natural. Almost like it has like a gold layer on it. Doesn't quite show for you guys, I don't think. Yeah, a lot of these coins in this roll, they're just very, 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 very glossy. Very shiny, very smooth. It's like almost shines right through the fingerprints there. I feel like I'm getting excited to do the bulk submission of coins. It's like I'm definitely going to do like early proof coins. I just haven't been able to figure out which ones to do. You don't have PayPal anyways. I mean, I'm not sure if I guess do you use eBay, Sav? How do you just use like a debit or like something to check out? I mean, if you have like a way to like check out on eBay, I could probably. That's the thing. Accredited coins, they really don't show. There is a bulk page, but I feel like even the last time I was having trouble finding. I feel like the numbers I was finding was from like old PCGS forum threads. I feel like pretty much to get an accurate quote, you need to, um, I mean, there should be stuff. The last time I looked, it wasn't. I think it's about $12 a coin, 100 coin minimum. It cannot be more than five different mint dates or coins. So it's like you could send in a proof set and that would be five of the coins, or you could send in 50 of this and 10 of this and 20 and 20. But there should be something on the site. And Sav, if you did win the contest and I got an email saying you were the winner, I could give you credit on the store or something if there was anything you wanted. I think like my modern proofs are probably the cheapest thing I have though, at like, I think they're like about $8 or something because shipping costs like $3.50. But it would almost get you a free coin. But it's like pretty much like, so you'd have to do 100 coins and then there's shipping and then I feel like there's like a one-time fee and there's shipping and tax. So it's like, I feel like I estimate like to get 100 coins graded, it's about $1,600 after tax. But I believe it is possible. I don't know if you have to do lots of business. I've tried to ask them about it so I could create a business plan, and nobody I talked to ever has been able to tell me anything on the phone. But I believe like some of the bigger companies that get like thousands and thousands of coins created every month, I think some of them get prices down to $4. And it's like, if I was able to get coins graded for $4, I would be getting thousands of coins graded a month. I'd be like buying everything on eBay and getting it graded. I'd be in heaven. It would be awesome. But so that's kind of one of the reasons I'm wanting to try to do bulk grading. And also with the grading, like I think you can say like a minimum submission, but I think like, I can't remember the percentage if it's 50% or 75%, but a percentage of it has to meet the minimum grade, or I think they just return everything to you, or the coins that don't meet, you get charged a certain amount. Like it's like, you know, you don't want to be like send me, and you can't do like send me, you know, like minimum grade proof 70 or something. What is up with this coin? This one is kind of pretty and shiny. It must be cleaned. It's really, really bright. He has no features on his face. Yeah, so this must be cleaned. It's really pretty though. You guys can't really see it. But I wish that I could give you, that's one of those things that I've asked people, and I don't know if it's like, you know, trade secret kind of thing where no one wants to tell, but I haven't been able to really get. And so I feel like basically the way I have to do it is just get like $1,600 and just be prepared to like keep that $1,600, because you don't just pay either. It's like they bill your credit card. It's like you can't just send a $1,600 check, because I think that different things can happen which make things cost more or less. And so you don't kind of know how much it's going to cost until they I don't know if they call you right before. But it definitely will be interesting. I'm probably just like a month or two away from doing it. I feel like I have enough coins to choose from. It's hard. It's like, I don't know. I guess it's like in my head, it's like, you know, do a couple different dates, and then the next month do a couple more dates, and the next month do a couple more dates, and just keep doing that until like I basically have done a bulk submission for like every date and grade that I have, or every mint and date that I have. an '07 modern proof penny. Yeah, I sold one of my 2007s today. I think I still have a couple, but I sold a proof 70 today, which I was actually surprised. I don't know if the price went up or what, but I sold it for like $10 or $11 cheaper, I think, than the PCGS price guide. But they were, it's like if someone makes an offer on a coin and I'm like, oh, the price went up, I'm not gonna decline and then raise the price. So they were pretty much offering me what I was offering for it on sale. So away it went. I have one more proof 70 '07. Then I have a couple proof 69s. But I think that I had way less than I thought I did. I lowered the price and then lowered the price and lowered the price on them. I guess the idea was that I was going to sell off a bunch of the modern proofs and buy a bunch of the older proof pennies. And so that's kind of what I've been doing, is selling off the new stuff and buying the really old stuff. And I can't remember if it was last night or today I got to the 1939 proof 66 red that I bought a couple weekends ago. I think I posted that within the last 24 hours. That one was really pretty. It was probably the nicest red old coin, just solid red on both sides, just really pretty proof coin. It's one of the sea monster S's here. It's like the S kind of like dips in and out and in and out. I mean, I'm gonna feel like a sucker when all of a sudden the older stuff skyrockets in price. Here's a coin that back in the day would have made me jump up and down. I believe this is just machine damage. And look how scooped out that S is. But it's like it's like I would have been like, I don't know, like, if you look under the 4, like here, like under the 4, that looks pretty good. Like that looks like it is as tall as the 4. I mean, could you have a machine damage double die? Does that ever happen? Because like machine damage usually takes away, but like that little chunk underneath the 4 there, that looks like it's as tall. That looks like it's as tall. And there also looks like there's... Why can't I focus any closer on this? It also looked like there was notching on the bottom of this 4. I don't know if you guys can see that. But there's like a notch on the 4. And then... Yeah, this is odd that I can't zoom in. Okay, there we go. But there's definitely machine damage, but then it's like the notch at the bottom and like the little bit above there and right there. The MS 2017. Did I list an MS? I might have. MS 2017 that you bought. I would have to... I feel like I listed maybe a 2011 and a 2017. I had a 2019 MS68, I think. I'm blanking, Sav. It must be because it's getting later. I'm just going to write machine damage, question mark on that one, because that one just looked interesting to me. 2017. This is when you know you bought too many coins, when you can't remember. That's what it was. Yeah, I just bought a 2019 MS68, and that one sold pretty much within a week. I thought it was going to stick around, but it's gone. Pretty much it seems like it's funny, like it feels like all the new stuff that I'm putting up from the last couple of weeks, it's all just selling. Like I feel like 1 out of 5 coins that I put up in like the last week are selling, and then like none of the stuff that I put up a month ago was selling. Like it's people are like, no, we just want what you bought this week. But things have definitely been different. Like I mean, now I have nickels, dimes, quarters, half dollars, and dollars. I think I've sold more non-penny coins this week than penny coins, and it's weird. I'm used to selling pennies. I'm not complaining. I'm glad I didn't buy a bunch of nickels, dimes, quarters, and stuff and then had none of them sell. That would not have been fun. I mean, that's kind of what happened. Like I went to branch out into different things like maybe 6 years ago. And so I thought I would start with the newest stuff because it was the cheapest, and so I bought like all the like kind of like modern proof stuff. And it was funny though, the modern proof stuff, the PCGS values used to be really high on them. And they've just gone down every year. You know, I thought it was cool to own a bunch of it because you would buy like a slab for like $5-6, and the price of them would be like $30. And so, you know, when you had everything in your PCGS registry, it made it look like you had a bunch of money. But then when, you know, you watch the balance and it goes down, 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 it's like, oh, maybe this wasn't such a good idea. Huh. Well, maybe, hold on. I think my camera, I think it was tilted. Yep. The microscope was tilted, so like that's why I couldn't focus on one side. It's a novice novice mistake there. This one has a mint mark on it too. We'll check this one out before we zoom back out. Little die crack down on the bottom here. So I don't know. I thought I was going to go and buy a microscope after the stream last night, and somehow that didn't happen. And so you guys aren't able to see that we're almost out of coins on this roll. If there is one person that would like to see some more coins, I know where there is another roll that I can that we can go through tonight if you guys are wanting to. But it just takes one person saying, I want to see some more coins. We have enough time. And if nobody wants to see another roll, we can just look through the kind of maybe RPMs over here. You're fine, or you want to see some more, or you're ready for bed. Do it. Alright, I'll be right back. Just give me a second. I left one out. I guess I have that roll that I bought on the Copper Coins auction, but we can go through a Copper Coins roll here tonight. Well, looks like a break coin on the end here. nice. This square tube only left 2 coins inside. Oh, we have a memorial. Anything could be in this roll. I have seen a memorial. Let's move the camera over here. The very, very top one looked really nice. For all I know, that's like glue on the other side of it. But it looks like the top coin became the last coin. That just dirt? There almost looked like there was a D under the D. I think that is just dirt. However, the top does kind of look notched. Or is that just dirt? Guess I should not be, before I say, hey, yes, let's do another roll, I should like check myself, like it used to be if I was looking under a microscope for like more than like 2 hours, I would just start, everything would become a double die. I'd have stacks of double dies, and then like the next day yeah, no, I really enjoy copper coins. I was working while I was listening. I got to watch half of it, but I was making videos. Actually, some of the videos, if you go, I forgot to turn off copper coins. So it's like if you like just barely hear, you can hear Jessica like talking in the background. It's like really, really quiet. But yeah, I was like making my videos while watching today. But yeah, she definitely taught me a couple things today, and definitely learned how to use their website a little bit better. When Chuck gets back, I want to ask him if it's okay. You know, like I saw her going on other people's websites, you know, on theirs, and, you know, talking about, you know, this and that. And I want to be like, is it okay if I like go on your website on my streams and like show people and tell them, go here? Is that okay if I use your website? Did you think that was an RPM? I just wasn't convinced. I've made a little pile over here, and so we're gonna check all those out after and kind of compare. If I find something that I'm like 100% sure, I don't want to be like, yes, it's an RPM and confuse everybody. I guess it's probably kind of confusing too that if I just skip it too. Yeah, I'm gonna have to go back and watch it again, and I still haven't finished her first one, but I definitely enjoyed it. I'm definitely glad, like, I mean, it's a really good idea for so many reasons what they're doing, because, you know, the variety, you know, just the amount of people that collect varieties, you know, there's a lot of collectors out there, but there's not nearly as many people who collect varieties that are collectors. And they've got a lot of variety coins. Like Chuck has been roll hunting for a long time. He's got a lot of really nice coins, but, you know, not only are they teaching people about coins, but like they're also gonna, you know, they're gonna help give birth to some new variety collectors, which will be really good for the hobby too. And, you know, it's also a really good skill, because if you learn how to search for varieties, you can make a living at it. Yeah, that other one was not a wheat. This one looks like it has glue on it. Some pretty glue. Don't get too close. Yeah, watch, it'll be an RPM. Thank goodness it's not. Don't have to worry. Yes, I was like, ooh, this one's cool. What is that? Glue? Solid gold? I don't know. I'll put it in this roll and we'll find out sometime in the future. But it's like I could go through these rolls so much faster if I had the second microscope. It would be easy too. They like, you know, they could be right next to each other within an inch. It would take up no more space on my desk. I don't know, like some of these are like making me want to think they are, but I think it's just that I haven't seen an RPM in a couple days. It's kind of weird. It's like I'm missing them. These definitely are interesting. Like this roll is totally different than the last roll. It's like every roll, it doesn't seem like any of the rolls or anything, they're all like super far apart. Like some are kind of high grade, some are like, you know, really low grade. Maybe if I'm going to be zooming in and out and in and out, I will check the next one to see if it's a mint mark so that we can just start with the mint mark. But I feel like we haven't been having, I mean, I guess I have quite a few ones over here that kind of look like one. But most of the rolls that we were doing before we started the mint cellos, I feel like they were, I feel like we were getting a couple RPMs, or at least one RPM every roll. Or this one was a mint mark too. I must be getting tired. Alright, we'll check it out since we're already zoomed out. It's got some weird kind of toning on it. It's like I don't think I am seeing. It's definitely some weird toning. I mean, if you look at the wheat ears, like how white they are, I'd say this has been cleaned. Some really bright colors on it. Looks like we've got another one that's been cleaned. It's just a nice clean roll. Cleaned roll with some rim damage. Good times. It almost looks like this, maybe this was like dipped. It's like there, it looks like something, you know, where the rim damage was there, like clamped onto both sides. Maybe it was a chemistry experiment penny. This one, the toning looks like it actually might be natural. Take a look at the reverse. Not quite as bright on the reverse. Pretty front though. You know, for a brown coin, it's got some color. I'm gonna flip it for fun. Maybe in 50 years, if I'm still doing bulk grading, I'll send it in. Here, looks like there's some paper attached to the reverse. Just a little bit. It almost looked like it could be pulled off. It's like part of me is almost wondering like why I'm not checking out more of the coins when I'm going through these, because there's a lot of, you know, there's a lot more just than mint marks. I guess a lot of the coins we get to look through, you know, they're not, a lot of them are really worn and damaged. And so it's a lot harder to see things on them. But it's just funny, like when I'm looking at the mint cellos, I feel like I cover most of the higher areas of the coin. Well, I sure am getting better at zooming in and out and in and out and into focus. When I used to be making the PCGS graded videos back in the day, I never wanted to, take a photo of anything at a different angle or anything. Like, once I got my microscope set to like the sweet place, I didn't want to touch it. Like, it was like, did not mess with it at all. Does anybody have any fun plans for the week? Has everybody had a good week so far? We're almost to Wednesday. We're almost midweek. Just a couple more minutes and we'll be there, everyone. Hopefully we will have some luck. It's going to be interesting when Chuck gets back, or when he's moved into his new place, to see if they have any surprises for us on his site. This one's got some color as well. It's kind of like a green, gold, and blue, but it looks like it has been cleaned. I mean, it's interesting with, like, some of these coins, it's like, there's all these like weird kind of toned coins that it's like, is that natural? Is that natural? I don't know. And then it's like you see all these like other ones that are just like crazy. I think that one has a lamination error. It's like a big crack going down it. Check out the mint mark before I zoom back out. Or I'm halfway in still, huh? In between. So that's right. I feel like I'm remembering, like I used to, when the last couple episodes before I started doing the mint cellos, I was zoomed in a little bit more than I am. Like right now we're able to see pretty much the entire coin. I forgot about that, and then I didn't have to zoom in and out quite as far when I was zooming in and out. But I think tomorrow we're going to be going and doing another Mancello roll. Like I have the 1970s, I think I have a P, D, and S. I haven't decided which one I'm going to do yet. I think I have the most 1970 P. So I don't know, like I'm almost thinking that like I could like put all the 70 Ps and all the 70 Ds and S's, like, like do 3 rolls of Ps in a night, and I think I have like a roll and a half of D's and a roll and a half of S's. That I could just do them all in one instead of doing each roll individually. I could do like, you know, like 100 of these or 110 of these. I'm gonna have to count them out because I bought them, but then they didn't come, you know, the person notified me and said like, hey, my numbers were all off on these coins. Is this okay? And what are you gonna say? You can say, no, don't send them to me. And so I said, yes, just send me whatever you have. And so that is what I got, and we will see what it is. Part of me wants to go through the P's first. Well, part of me wants to go like straight to the S's, because that's what, you know, I feel like everyone wants to see the 1970 S's, but it's like at the same time, it's like I feel like I want to look at the 70 P's first. It's like I'm the kind of person who like saves their favorite part of the meal until the end. So that, you know, whatever my favorite bite is, I will be eating that and tasting that for the rest of the night. But at the same time, feels like, you know, here's a Liberty. It's kind of refreshing to have something just pop up. I feel like we haven't been having many. Maybe there'll be a die chip on the reverse too. Some toning. A little bit of color. Check the. I wonder if there's any RPMs that also have a Liberty Air on them. I guess we can zoom in on. That's a big old smashed Liberty. So it looks like we're about halfway through this other roll. I feel like most of these have been 57 and 58D. It's like, what's that coming out of the east of the D? There's just like this little thing there. Like just a chip off of something else. I don't know, for some reason I feel like the lighting on the mint marks, it just doesn't feel as bright as it has in the past when doing this show. I'm gonna put that one off the side. We've got about 8 over the side, like at least one of them has gotta be an RPM. I just didn't get that feeling of confidence with them. Be nice for an awesome coin to just jump out and wake me up. Yeah, it's weird, like, you know, it's like I feel like I can imagine a split serif on the top up there. I'm just, I'm not getting the feeling that I'm used to, and maybe it's because we're not finding them. I'll put that off to the side. I don't know if I did set up my camera a little bit different. Self promo, follow me. I've got nothing. That's how it's done right there, Sev. You got it. You're a natural. I mean, I miss on YouTube just being able to click, on the right, like to the right of someone's name. You used to just be able to click there, and it would just you could go to someone's channel. And like during the middle of this pandemic, they took that away, and I don't think they've ever brought it back. But it's like when I was like hanging out at someone's channel, talking to the other people in chat, I'd be checking out what their channels were. It's like like I don't know, it's fun. And so I don't know why they would take that away. Like I really have no idea. It makes no sense to me. I don't know if I don't know why they took that away. It's sad. Somehow people were abusing it or something. But it's like, you're having a conversation with somebody, in chat. It's nice to see what they're doing, or they're like, oh yeah, I do this. Check this out. And you could go and like check out what they were talking about. Like, it's like you can't say everything, you can't show someone everything you want to show them in chat. You can say like, oh yeah, like you're interested in that, check out this video. You like this, check out that video. Maybe it'll come back. It seems like if they wanted to make it come back, they would have made it come back already, which is sad. We'll just have to wait and be patient. I mean, it's not like people can't just like YouTube the name, but not everybody is like some people's names of their YouTube names, if you try to search their names, it's like there's like 600 people with that same name. Like it seems like YouTube doesn't require people to have a unique name. And so there'll be multiple people with the same name, and then when you try to, if it's a common name and you try to search for that person, you can't find them. It's like, it's like, is it this one? Is it this one? I don't know. I don't know this person. And so it's like you can only find people if you know who they are. I mean, having like a little icon like, your Sev, if I knew that icon, then I could like differentiate you out of like 600 other Sev Webbers. But without it, it becomes very, very, very hard. And it's just like, I don't know, maybe bots were using it. I feel like that's what I heard. I feel like people were getting people to like click on it, and I feel like somehow somebody had masterminded it so that if you clicked on that link, the link that instead of it bringing you to the person's YouTube channel, it basically was like a bad link to click on. Like they somehow messed with their link so that it was causing viruses, or like exposing people to adult stuff or something. Maybe it was part of like the child protection stuff. Maybe it was so that kids couldn't just someone like, hey kid, click on this link, and the kid clicks on the link, and then it's like their innocence is gone. It's like, hey kid, innocence is overrated. It's like a little dye chip on here, maybe. I think kids should keep their innocence as long as possible. The world is, well, I think we all know how the world is. Little die chip there. It's like we all only get to be a kid so long, and it's a good time being a kid. It's like everyone should be able to be a kid as long as they can, as long as they want to be. Looks like we got a mint mark on this one. Anything? Well, kind of looks like a split serif on that. Why is like every single one I'm like, kind of looks like, normally I'm like, we found one. What do you guys think? That looks split on the bottom to me. I'm not really seeing anything on the top. I'll put it over there with the others. We've got about 10 more coins, and then we'll go through them. I mean, maybe they're just not. That last one looked more like it had something than any of the other ones, I feel like. Or a couple of them did. What is that? It's like, well, maybe it is toning. I mean, it almost looked like paper. So we have one of these that totally looks, you know, like I would have called this an RPM, but it's just machine damage, I guess. $100,000, or was that 100,000? Do it, do it. Oh no, the back of that one was really pretty. If that whole coin turned that color, PCGS would definitely say questionable color. It's a keeper. It's like we should start like a 100,000 coin YouTube search challenge. It's like start a challenge where like you pretty much like search 100,000 pennies during your free time, and you don't do anything else until you've searched the whole, or I don't know, you have to make it sound cool somehow. I don't know, I miss like going to the bank with like a hand truck and just like filling up as many boxes as I could put on that thing. I never really liked going to the casino with like just bags and bags of like I felt like I always thought I was gonna get robbed if I went to the casino with like too many pennies, because you know they just see these big cloth sacks, and I feel like people would be like, you know, what's he got in those cloth sacks? They wouldn't think it was pennies, you know, which is still money, but it's like how many can some, you know, they're like, give me all your money, and it's like, okay, here you go. What, they're gonna run away with like, I don't know, like $200 worth, like 68 pounds, 2 bags in one hand, and like 68 pounds and 2 bags in the other hand. I'd say someone could get off. I could say someone could probably like run away with about $200 face value of pennies, you know, and I don't think they could go that far with them. I'd say someone could go a couple miles with like 34 pounds in each hand, but that's about as much as I'd give most people credit for. Very, very smooth, glossy, cleaned looking 1921. Look, it almost looks like there's some original surface here. See, this is a coin on the right rim here before it's been cleaned. This is after it's been cleaned. And it looks like the reverse is maybe still... That's sad. It has a nice reverse. It looks like it probably had a nice front too. Look at the texture. It looks like it has the same texture as the reverse. Reason 1 million not to clean your coins. It's like, I wish I had, on eBay I've seen a couple of photos of where people like have like just like wall to wall pennies, like they just like, you know, a giant like living room size rug just covered with pennies with like, you know, kids playing on them. It's like, I wish I had made a video or like made you know, taken photos of like pennies all spread out like that. This one damaged 55D. I feel like I saw something or a RPM that looks something like this. Oh no, that's the thing. I feel like I've been seeing RPMs that I would have thought were just a form of damage. And I've been seeing different ones on different sites and I'm like, oh, I thought that that was just machine damage, or I thought that was just damage to the coin. Learning more. I don't think I think that was probably just damage to the mint mark. It's like, that's one of the things, it's like, I don't want to be like, oh, this is an RPM if it's not one, because I don't want to confuse anybody. But we're definitely going to take a look. There's like 10 pennies here, which I feel like are candidates. And I'll try to see if I can get a better angle on them. It's not an error here with the super filled 9 here. Looks cool. Nope. So we've got like about 5 or 6 more here. And then we'll go back through the other coins and see if we can find something good. It's like funny, after the Mancellos, I thought we were just going to be finding like lots and lots of RPMs. And it's like, I feel like I came in like really excited, almost expecting to find a ton of stuff tonight. That does not seem to have been the case. I mean, we still have some chances here. It's just funny how it is, like, some nights we have better luck, but I feel like pretty much it was consistent. We were having a few really nice ones every night. However, I have had it be the last coin was a really nice one of the last roll. So, let's see, here we have a memorial. Can't remember why I put a couple memorials. Maybe they were just better looking. And that's what it's looking. I mean, that one had a mint mark that was toast. I'm gonna be toast tomorrow. That's okay. It's just the guaranteed regular weekly stream tomorrow. It's funny, I feel like my bonus streams have been longer than my normal scheduled ones the last couple weeks. I don't think this was the super bright one. So just like a die scratch above. I want to look at that one more time. See, that makes the lighting a little bit better. Yeah, we've got two more. Wish us all luck, everybody. And then with I just set it up, the lighting seems a little bit better now. And so hopefully that'll help us see things better. It felt like the mint marks were just looking really, really dark. That did not look nearly as bright as it did. Maybe it was because we went from a roll of a bunch of older ones. And then I opened this one, but I thought that it looked really bright when I saw it. Perspective is funny. I just want to see if I can, yeah, about like that. Okay, have a good night, Sav. Nice having you here. I'll be back tomorrow night for some more. And I believe we're going to be doing a mint cello tomorrow. And so this one doesn't look like an RPM, it just looks like it has a little thing to the right side of it. And I don't know what that is. It could just be like a little tiny die chip. Get some good sleep. We'll look through some more coins tomorrow. And so this one, I don't know, I find the part two on the west side there interesting. It almost looks like another part of a D. It's like I almost want to imagine that the top and the bottom have, I don't know, there's like a little funny thing on top of the serif, like a little dot that like covers it. Let's see, we've got one damaged one there. This one's kind of like the other one, but I don't think that's an RPM. Let's try turning this one upside down and see what it looks like. It's like I just feel like there's like a little piece of dirt that makes it look like a notch. Just can't be straightforward, can it? Have a good night, Sev. Thanks so much again. This one almost looks like it's split on the top, and then it looks like there's a little bit of a notch above. It's just, I feel like the notch is above where the serif, I feel like I would normally see it split. Just gotta move it over more. I don't know, I like ones that are just, I mean, I guess, I don't know if it's a scratch or just a break in it. My arms are cut off. Stretch. I think I've been under the scope pretty much all day today. So this one was definitely interesting. Like the bottom is smashed, but the top definitely looks split. It's like these weird ones. Alright, let's... And this one has like that little thing underneath the D. Just this little tiny thing. It's like I would make good friends with the one that had the tiny thing to the east of the D. Kind of looks like something, but it's kind of really not something. Right, that one looks more like it could be something. There's everything else looks a little choppy. I'd say that is an RPM. The other one's got a beak. Yeah, we saw one that looked like a duck or a turtle or something earlier. I feel like this one has a split at the top and the bottom, and then I feel like the rest of the mint mark is just like massacred. I wonder if I can like turn it on an angle and do that so we were like looking straight down the barrel of the serif. Where is it? I don't know, that's like this one almost looks like it has like two splits. It's like that doesn't look like damage on the top, it just kind of looks like it has 3Ds. I know, I think that is one. If anyone wants to tell me I'm crazy, you can, but out of all the ones I feel like we've looked at, I feel like that one looks like it has the most, like it makes, I guess what, I don't know. I feel like it is one. I will try to find out what it is tomorrow when I wake up. What's the date? 5070. I mean, that's really gonna be the, it's like I just need to like go and check out and see if I can find anything that looks like it. And so then this one, this looks like all of the 1979 Ds that we were finding last night, just like a a chunk out of it. It's like I don't feel like I see a split at the top. It just kind of looks like there's a split on the bottom. Did we check this one out? Is this the beak? I see this one has, I guess if you looked at the other one, like it almost, the top was thick on a slant. Yeah, like quite a few of these I feel like I'm going to need to go back and look at copper coins. Is this a 53? Like they're just ones that I've never encountered, and that's the weird thing, how like damage on coins can totally make them look like other things. It totally messes with everything. Let's see. So this was that last one. I feel like if there was one out of the last batch that we found, this is the one that had potential. And then this one I feel like I decided it was. Let's look at it again. It's harder with the flip. I feel like I can see. I feel like this one isn't looking at like one. I convinced myself before. Let's see if I can do it again. I feel like I can see a serif on the bottom that's split, but I'm not really seeing it on the top. That was the 58D. I know. I mean, I could do a split screen in the future. I think I want to ask Chuck if that's okay. If I'm using his website as a reference tool for things. I mean, I feel like it plugs his website and it will make more people know. I just don't know if they're, I know that he's worked really hard. I'd want permission before I did it. But yeah, I think I'm going to call it a night. It's just after midnight here. We got to do 4 rolls. Sorry there wasn't more cool ones, but sometimes it is, sometimes it isn't. I feel like we got a little skunked tonight. Only a couple lamination errors, only 1 Liberty error. I feel like 1 die chip, like 1 die crack. But wish you a good night again, Sav. Wish you a good night, Blue Sandy. Gosh, there was a lot of people on here earlier. Have a good night, Accredited Coins. Have a good night, PK Carve. Good night, Lurkers. Good night, people who gave me thumbs downs. That was pretty awesome. I usually don't get that much attention from people. Good night, Lurkers. Good night, Creative Keys. Let's trying to see who else was in here tonight. Yeah, we had some good conversations in the beginning of the chat. I definitely felt I got a little bit more tired, but thanks everyone. I almost got to 4,000 watch hours. I think there's like 500 more, and the rate we've been going, it'll just be like a week or so. It's really picked up. And so I'll try to do some more thank you giveaways. It's just been fun doing this channel, and I have some more Mint Cellar rolls in the mail as well. I know we still have like 20 rolls to go through. But hopefully I'll be doing some bulk submissions, and we can look through some coins before we do them, and then we can either cry or get happy when they come back, and it'll be fun. Have a good night, Blue Sandy. Yeah, well, maybe some people's thumbs downs are thumbs ups. Um, like generally, I feel like I've maybe had like 3 or 4 thumbs ups or thumbs downs ever. So I don't know. I hear people can do it. I hear it's a thing. Just I figured most people, they're like, oh, they're talking about coins. Okay, that's not my thing. I'll go somewhere else. But hey, wish everyone a good night. See you all in the future. Thank you so much.